Welcome back to Rooted Insights. If you're new here, this is a podcast for women in their second season of life who've spent years caring for everyone else, kids, partners, work, households, and are now wondering, what's next for me? And how do I start honoring my own body and needs without dropping everything else? Hi, I'm Dr. Kelley, a health and well-being specialist and mind-body expert, blending grounded, science-informed practices with lived experience so we can better support our hard-working nervous systems, emotional well-being, and step more fully into our authentic selves. In part 1 of this body-focused mini-series, we talked about pain as a language and how learning to say thank you, pain, can shift your relationship with your body. Today, in part 2, we're widening the lens to look at all the quieter ways your body speaks, through energy, posture, little aches, mood shifts, and how you can listen a little closer to your body in everyday life. This episode is an invitation to treat your body as your first language of truth, not a problem to manage, but a wise, living system that's constantly giving you feedback about what supports your health and well-being in this mid-season of life. In mid-season, your body often gets louder through pain, but it also whispers through subtle signals. A little extra tension every time a certain name pops up on your phone, a drop in energy after scrolling or watching certain kinds of news or programs, a sense of expansion or lightness when you imagine a new possibility for your life, or when you try something creative or different. From a nervous system perspective, your body is continuously scanning for safety and meaning, then sending you information through sensations like tightness, heaviness, fluttering, numbness, or warmth. This is long before your mind forms a story around it. When you learn to listen to those quieter cues, you can catch stress earlier before it becomes full-on burnout. You can make choices that are more aligned with your actual capacity, not the old push-through programming. And you can feel more at home in yourself and your body instead of living from the neck up, letting your mind and ego run the show without any reins or boundaries. In this season of life, your body is often the first place your deeper self says something needs to change. Listening is how you turn those signals into usable information and eventually into lived wisdom. Listening to your body doesn't mean obsessing over every twitch or trying to control everything you feel. It means building a kinder, more curious relationship with what's already happening inside you. Some everyday examples are noticing when your shoulders creep up towards your ears every time you say yes to a particular person, and getting more curious about that tightening instead of overriding it. Realizing your chest feels heavy or your stomach uncomfortably churns every Sunday night, and wondering what your system is anticipating about the week ahead, and if there's any way to shift that. Or pausing when you get a mid-afternoon headache and asking, did I drink enough water today? Have I taken a deep breath? Maybe I need to step outside for some fresh air. And do I need a short break instead of another cup of coffee? Your body speaks in sensations, not sentences. When you consistently notice and name those sensations without judgment, you strengthen the bridge between your nervous system and your conscious awareness. That bridge is what makes your personal powerhouse tools of intuition, intention, and imagination much easier to access, which we'll explore more in the next episode. So let's make this very simple and doable with practices you can easily weave into your day. Practice 1. I call this the 3 sensations, 3 breaths. First, you want to pause and feel where your body meets the surface beneath you, feet on the floor or your seat on the chair. Then you're going to name 3 sensations you notice, silently or out loud. Tight jaw, warm hands, heavy chest, fuzzy legs, relaxed shoulders, soft belly, tense head, throbbing back, whatever it is. Then you're going to take 3 gentle breaths, letting your exhale be slightly longer than your inhale for this practice. No forcing, just a slight lengthening of your exhale. Then you're going to ask your body, what do you need right now? And see if a simple answer arises. Maybe it needs water, a stretch, a pause, a boundary, or a bit of fresh air. You don't have to act on every answer immediately. The point is that you're asking. You're building a relationship of respect and responsiveness with your body, one tiny check-in at a time. And if you repeat this practice a few times and feel like you're not getting any type of body response, try rephrasing the question focused on whatever part of your body you're posing the question to. And then add, if I knew what I needed right now, what would it be? Then leave it and know you'll receive the answer to your question in some form in the moment or later on in the day. Practice number 2, simple Eden-inspired energy reset. Here's some simple practices I like to use, drawing from mind-body expert Donna Eden's energy work. They help support your body and mind communication and focus. The first is K27 tapping. You're going to place your fingertips just under the little notches near the outside edges underneath your collarbones. They're called the K27 points, which you can Google for a visual if you need to. But they're the 2 soft points that are typically a little sore when you press in on them, and they feel slightly indented and soft. Once you locate these spots, just below your collarbone on the outside, gently tap or massage there while taking a few easy breaths. I personally like to massage in small circular motions backwards and forwards, but do whatever feels comfortable for you. Doing this can help your energy flow forward and support clearer thinking and alertness, and literally only takes less than a minute to feel some relief. Next is the cross crawl. So either standing or seated, slowly march in place, bringing your right hand towards your left knee, then your left hand towards your right knee. The goal is crossing the midline of the body. You're going to go at a comfortable pace for 30 to 60 seconds. Energetically, this helps both sides of your body communicate a little better with each other. And if crossing feels awkward or you're unsure of the motion, start by lifting the same arm and the same leg homolaterally a few times, then switch into the cross pattern. And the final simple practice is hands over heart or belly. So you're finished with both hands resting over your heart, both hands on your belly, or one of each. And then with one slow breath and a simple acknowledgement, you say, "Thank you, body, I'm here. You're doing amazing. We got this." These simple movements can help synchronize the 2 sides of your brain, support coordination and focus, and give your nervous system a quick embodied "I've got you" message. All of these are simple to do, yet really powerful. So give one or more a try and see what happens. If you're someone who loves to play with this a bit, one of my favorite mind-body authors and personal empowerment resources is Pam Grout's book E², which she describes as kind of a lab manual for simple do-it-yourself energy experiments. Pam lays out 9 playful experiments designed to help you notice that your thoughts, focus, and expectations really do shape what you perceive and how you feel in your body and your life. One of her early experiments, which she calls a 48-hour prove-it-to-me test, invites you to set a clear intention to notice a specific sign or experience in a set time frame, and then watch what shows up. Whether you think of it as the universe responding or your brain filtering in new ways, it changes how closely you pay attention. You can play with a very grounded, body-based version of this idea this week. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, choose one body signal you want to notice more clearly. Maybe it's your shoulders tensing, your breath getting shallow, a sore wrist, an aching knee, or a jaw clenching. Set the intention for the next 2 days. I'm going to notice every time my shoulders creep up, and I'm going to give them one focused, gentle exhale and a quick reset. A bonus is to also take note of what's going on around the time of the body sensation, ache, pain, or otherwise. If it's not something chronic, which in that case, you can still notice what's happening anytime it intensifies. So then you're simply going to notice what happens. You're going to be your own personal body detective. How often does that signal show up? What situations trigger it? What shifts, even slightly, when you respond instead of ignoring it? Pam's whole point for this practice is that what we focus on tends to expand, which is supported by neuroscience and many other mind-body practitioners. When you combine that with body listening, you're basically running your own mini experiment in how attention, intention, and physiology interact in your real mid-season life. No special equipment required. In our next episode, we're going to explore the power of your intuition, intention, and imagination. What happens when you start consciously partnering with your inner wisdom and your mind's ability to focus and create in this next season of life? Listening to your body is the groundwork for that, and here's why. Intuition often shows up first as a sensation, a pull, a lightness, a contraction, a chill, long before it becomes a clear thought. Intention lands more deeply when your body feels safe enough to support the change you're calling in, rather than bracing against it or ignoring or distrusting it. And imagination flourishes when your nervous system is regulated enough to access creativity, which lives in those slower, more spacious brain and body states we've been practicing. Remember the diffuse mode network from episode 2? So as you play with these body listening tools, you're actually preparing the soil for the next episode, where we'll talk about how to work with your inner compass more directly. And as we close part 2, you might carry a few questions into your day, your walk, or your journal. If my body could speak in words right now, what would she say to me? Where have I been overriding clear body signals like tension, exhaustion, pain, heaviness, all in the name of being fine? And what's one tiny way I can respond differently this week, even 5% more kindly to my body? You don't need to get this perfect. Every small moment of noticing, every gentle breath, every time you choose to pause instead of push, is you saying, "Hello, body, I'm listening. We're in this together, and I'll take care of you." And if this body-focused mini-series helped you feel more connected to yourself or more curious about what your body's been trying to tell you, follow, like, or subscribe to Rooted Insights so you don't miss the next conversation on intuition, intention, and imagination. And if it feels supportive, please leave a 5-star rating or a positive review, as it truly helps other women in this mid-season of life find these tools and stories. You can also share this episode with a friend whose body has been whispering or shouting for her attention lately. Remember, you're not behind, you're right on season, and we're here rooting in together, one sensation, one breath, one act of listening to your wise body at a time. Thanks for joining us for this episode. Until next time.